Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Kim from Arkansas. I'm sitting here at my makeup table, and I thought I would share a story with you. If anybody is out there that's taking care of aging parents, parents with dementia, I thought I would share my story. My mom passed away from dementia a year ago this month on March 30th, 2025. She had dementia about 3 years, probably longer, but it got really worse the last 3 years of her life. We had put her in an assisted living type. It was really more of a nursing home. And Mom did really well while she was mobile, while she was active, and she could advocate for herself. Things went really well. But then we noticed the aides would sit around on their phones 24/7. You could hardly get their attention when you needed something. Well, as Mom declined, we noticed almost neglect where the care was really bad. She was in a nursing home in Little Rock, Arkansas. And we had noticed this and talked to some of the other residents and their families, and they had noticed it. So it became a real problem. And we always tried to, it probably took us 6 months to try and get a hold of the administrator. He would never answer his phone, and the voicemail was full for 6 months. You couldn't reach anybody. You might leave a message with the front desk, but the administrator would never return our calls. So that was a real battle. So my sister and I started staying at the nursing home. We were both working full time. We were exhausted. It's emotionally and mentally exhausting, and physically. So we would go to work. We had full-time jobs, and then after work, one of us would have to go up there in the evenings, and it was probably about a 35-minute drive for me. And then on the weekends. And my sister, towards the end, she did most of it. She finally retired, and she spent a lot more time with Mom. And I really couldn't. Oh, I tell you, it was so exhausting working all week and then having to go and spend nights in a dark room 24/7. I loved my mother. We were very, very close. But towards the end, it became, I don't want to say a burden, but it was almost a relief when she passed away. I miss her very much, very much. I know I'll see her again one day. I'm confident in that we'll be together again. But has anybody experienced that when you're very close to a parent and they pass away, and there's almost a relief? Now, if she hadn't been so sick with dementia, and I feel like we lost her years before that, and that may be why it was such a relief for me, and why I was happy for her, because she was no longer suffering. But I kind of want to get back to the nursing home story, because towards the end of her life, she was in a lot of pain. She had 3 back fractures. That's a sign that your parent with dementia is getting closer to the end of their life if they have back problems, back pain, fractures. They just cannot recover when they have dementia. And so that happened to her. And she was suffering probably the last month in that nursing home. The meds were always late. They had ordered a back brace. They could not find or locate a back brace at any store, according to the aides and the nurses. So they ordered one on Amazon. We waited and waited. 2 weeks later, they came and told my sister and I they found the back brace. It had been delivered over a week ago to another cottage. So that's the kind of thing we dealt with. The week before she died, I was there with her in the nursing home, and she was in a lot of pain. And I kept asking, we finally got some meds, but she had to shower. All kinds of things were happening to her body, and she was in so much pain. I could not get an aide to give her a bath or a shower, to sit in a chair in the shower. They just would not come to the room after many, many requests. So I went in there and I started showering my mother. She was screaming in pain, but it was a lot of mental problems too, of course, with dementia. She was screaming, the water's hot, the water's cold. When I tried to get her out of that shower, there were no towels. I want you to know, I rang that emergency alarm. I bet I rang it 20 times. I just kept pulling and pulling and pulling. She was screaming. I was soaking wet. She was soaking wet. I kept pulling that alarm. Nobody came. I finally got my mom out and got her back in bed. And I went out in the hallway and I started screaming. I was screaming. I was furious. And I said a few cuss words. I was screaming. I was so angry. And here come these two aides walking towards me. And one backed up. She turned around and she said, I'm not dealing with this. Can you believe it? This is our health care. This is our health care. And I was screaming, where were you? My mother needed you. We have no towels. She's in pain. We're soaking wet. Where are the towels? Why didn't you come and help us? And the lady said, it was dinner time and we were feeding the residents. I could not believe it. The neglect. And here's the kicker. The night before she died, my sister and I were not there. They never called us to tell us that Mom was really close to death. The next morning, my sister received a phone call. They didn't leave their name. They didn't tell us when my mother died. And that's because they didn't know when she died. I don't believe they checked on her. She may have passed away the night before. I really believe she did. All they said when they called my sister is, you need to get up here. Your mother is transitioning. Really? Or did you walk in this morning and find her dead? I don't believe she was transitioning. Of course, my sister and I, neither one made it there before. When we got there, she had passed away. I believe they never checked on her. So be very careful, do your research, and we did. My sister did her research. Like I said, this place was great. When you're up, you're mobile, you're active, and she was for a long time. But as soon as you need true care, health care, and help, you're not going to get it. We even had hospice come in about a month before, and we were trying to explain to the hospice nurse, we think our mom needs to go to hospice. And every time they were there, they would write stable. She wasn't stable. And we wanted her in there because we knew she would get better care. We knew she would get the care she needed. So you're talking about a month before. She's stable and she died a month later? Our healthcare is a sad system. But I wanted to share that story. If you have a parent that's aging, do your research. And I would advise you to be there as much as you can with them. And I pray for those of you who are taking care of an aging parent. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever been through. It's very draining on the family. And you hate to see your parent going through that because they don't understand mentally that you're doing all you can to help her. And just our healthcare system needs overhauled. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I pray for all of you out there who have aging parents. If you're taking care of a parent, I pray for you. It's a very difficult season in our lives. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. I just wanted to share that story. If you have any comments, and like and subscribe. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'm going to do some makeup videos next week. So I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.